Good afternoon, YouTube. This man all the way George Page coming to you live on YouTube. Anyway, we don't have maybe a few more days left of Black History Month, and this is one of my videos acknowledging a person of in our community who have done so many things to represent people of the rest of our people in our community. Not just in our community, but across the world. As you know, I've been doing some videos where I acknowledge their contributions to the Black community, and I said it before, also to the world. And this lady here has been in the game so long. She has been a music icon. And if you wasn't born before the '80s, or around or at the '80s, you wouldn't know much about her, especially a lot of you millennials. And this is one Miss Roberta Cleopatra Flack, and she's a legend. Some of her music has been around for a long time. It's been in movies, TV shows, commercials. A lot of artists have also used her music in their albums, and she's just an amazing artist. Now, Miss Flack came up in a musical family, and she was born in Black Mountain, North Carolina, and she's a North Carolinian like myself. On January 10th of 1937. Now, her father, Laron Flack, was a Veterans Administration draftsman, and her mother, Irene Council Flack, was a church organist. Now, between 1937 to 1939, Ms. Flack was raised in Arlington, Virginia. And during those times, she would travel with the Lomac African Methodist Episcopal Zion Church Choir. That's a lie. Our black churches, we put some names to them. Yeah, they belong. Now, she also sometimes played hymns and spirituals on the piano. And then she would go to the local Baptist church and listen to more contemporary gospel music. When Miss Flack was 9, she started taking interest in playing the piano, and during her early teens. Now, because Miss Flack excelled at classical piano, she was awarded a full musical scholarship to Howard University at 15 years old. And if you know anything about Howard University, it is one of the most legendary HBC, which is honorary black colleges around. It's just one of those great ones. You've ever been to it? Now, she became the youngest person to enter Howard's scholarship program, and she later changed her major from piano to voice, and was an assistant conductor of the university choir. Now, under her direction of a performance of Aida, she got a standing ovation from the Howard's faculty. And Miss Flack is also a member of the Delta Sigma Theta sorority. She's also an honorary member of the Tau Beta Sigma by the Eta Delta chapter of the Howard University for outstanding work in promoting music and education. Now, Miss Flack became a student teacher at a school near Chevy Chase, Maryland. Like the actor, the comedian who did the Fletch movies, everybody remember him. Now, when she was 19, she graduated from Howard and enrolled in a graduate student studies for music. But with the sudden death of her father, Miss Flack had to return home and take a teaching job in Farmville, North Carolina. And some years later, Miss Flack returned to D.C., where she taught at local junior high schools. And also she taught privately at home. Now, during the time Miss Flack's music career began to develop, she, on evenings and weekends, in D.C. night spots. At one club, she would accompany opera singers at the piano. And some nights while doing intermission, she would sing blues, folk, and pop songs in the back of the room. And later she would perform several nights a week at the 1520 Club. Now, usually she would provide her own piano accompaniment. Around the time, her voice teacher, Frederick Wilkinson, told her that he saw a brighter future for her in pop music over classic. Now, so she changed her style, and with that happening, her reputation started to spread. Now, by '68, Miss Flack was began singing professionally after being hired to perform at Mr. Henry's restaurant at Capitol Hill, same Capitol Hill that charged by those crazy Trump supporters. The atmosphere showcased for talent for Mrs. Flack's talent. Now, customers, local and also visiting, were mesmerized by Miss Flack's singing, and word started to spread, and A-list entertainers would come to town just to hear her sing, like Bill Cosby, I think Sammy Davis Jr. I mean, the list go on and on of some of these people that I saw. They didn't put all the names, but I just want me to sing. Didn't want me to sing too long. Now, as the owner, Mr. Henry, just said, recall that he wanted Miss Flack to work more at the club, so she quit her job teaching so she can perform 3 nights a week. So, and with Miss Flack's standards, Mr. Henry changed the upstairs apartment to the Roberta Flack room. While performing in a nightclub in D.C., Flack was discovered by jazz pianist and singer Les McCann. Now, because how well she sung jazz music, he quickly arranged an audition for her with Atlantic Records. During the audition, she played 42 songs in 3 hours for producer Joel Dern. By November '68, she recorded 39 demo songs in less than 10 hours, and 3 months later, Atlantic Records recorded Miss Flack's debut album, First Take, in 10 hours. By '71, Miss Flack took part in the legendary Soul to Soul 2 concert filmed by Dennis Sanders, which was headlined by Wilson Pickett, along with Ike and Tina Turner, Santana, the Staple Singers, Les McCann, and the Voices of Harlem. Now, the U.S. delegation of musical artists was invited to perform for the 14th anniversary of the African independence of Guyana. The film was digitally reissued on DVD and CD around 2004. But for some undisclosed reason, Ms. Flack declined permission for her image and singing to be used. Her performance of the Soul to Soul 2 can be only found on VSH. As you know, if many of you don't remember, a lot of your kids grew up, not like me. VHH was a little big tape thing you put into a VHH recorder. You watch videos, you watch movies, all of that. I still got some pornos that I have that I used to collect over the years. Still on VHS. It's hard to find a good a VHS recording anymore. Those things are hard to find. Back in the day when I was a kid, it was like almost $100, but now you can probably give them 10, 20. Now, let's say, okay. Now, her performance at the Soul like I said, her Miss Flack covered of her "Will You Love Me Tomorrow" hit 76 on the Billboard 100 and 72. Her recording didn't do well till actor Clint Eastwood chose the song for his first take. The song it was the first take was first time I ever saw your face, which was on the soundtrack of his directorial debut of Play Misty for Me. Now it's a classic. It's one of the classics. Now it became the biggest hit of the year for '72. It spent 6 consecutive weeks at number one and earned Miss Flack a million selling gold disc. And it finished the year as Billboard's top song of '72. Now, First Take album also was number one. Eventually, sold 1.9 million copies in the U.S. And Eastwood paid $2,000 for the use of the song for the film. He also still admired and was friends to Miss Flack. She recorded a song for the end credits to Eastwood's Dirty Harry film Sudden Impact by request. And those Eastwood, Dirty Harry films are classic, like Dirty Harry, Sudden Impact. I think what was that other one, the last one we did, the one with Jim Carrey was in. I forgot the name of that one. If you remember, put it in the description. In the comment section. Now, it was about 73. She won her first Grammy for record of the year. And around the same time, she was recording with soul singer and songwriter Donny Hathaway. Now, Miss Flack and Mr. Hathaway recorded several duets, and 2 LPs until his death in '79. Now, by '73, Miss Flack scored another hit, number one hit, with the classic "Killing Me Softly" with his song. Now, this was now it not that same for Grammy got her best vocal performance, female, and record of the year. Also, Miss Flack earned double album, and also the same year she released her third number one hit, "Feel Like Making Love," which hit the hot number one. She also sang lead on the Sherman Brothers song "Freedom." The song reached the opening and closing credits for the '74 film Huckleberry Finn. Also, along with a teenage Michael Jackson, they did a song "When We Grow Up" for a TV special called "Freedom," free to be me and you. Michael did a lot of stuff back then. And the only film role she had was a narrator for the movie The Legend of John Henry. Now, by '82, Miss Flack had singles written by legendary songwriter Burt Bacharach, called "Making Love," which reached 13th. Number 13, and also worked with People Bryson, making his many hits, like number 5 on the R&B charts with "Tonight I Celebrate My Love" in '83. Also, the next two singles with Peebo, which "Looking Like Making Love to Me," and also "Just Have to Hear to Dance Where With You Better" on the contemporary radio and the pop or R&B. Peter Bryson did a lot of. Peter Bryson was the king of duets, and he mostly I rarely did anything single. He mostly did a lot of duets. He's just the king of duets back then and then. Now, by '86, Miss Flack sung the theme song for the NBC series Valley Family, which was later changed to the Hogan Family, and which after remember the actress Valerie Harper, the late fact, she left the series I think about the second or third season. I'm trying to remember, and there was that big controversy that she wasn't getting paid enough. But anyway, so song was like song was called "Together Through the Years." You remember the song? Like such a sweet fantasy. Yeah. Now, '87, she was the voice of Michael Jackson's mother for his 18-minute short film connected to the Michael Jackson video "Bad" video. And Odyssey was her first solo album, released in '88, but it was a failure with pop artists. But it reached number one with the title track remix "Ooh, oh, 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 Look Out, Here It Comes," in the R&B charts. Now, by '89, she became a dance chart hit, and by '91, Miss Flack hit the U.S. top 10 with a duet of the Set the Night to Music with Jamaican singer Maxi Priest. Now, remember, "I just wanna be close to you." I thought it was two singers, but he some way he was like, he changed his voice. I thought it was like one was a woman, one was a man, but it was both him singing that song. It was just, I was kind of like, I was wondering who was the other chick, who was the chick who was singing with him. It was just both of them. Now, Maxi, like I said, the duet with the Priest hit number 6 on the Billboard 100 Hot 100. And like I said, this was just like I said, she was amazing, and also made the number 2 on the Adult Contemporary. Now, Flack's smooth R&B sound hit most towards easy listening during the '70s. She also had a number of 4 number 1 adult contemporary hits. Now, by 99, Miss Flack had got her name on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, and that same year she gave a concert in South Africa. It was the last performance attended by the South African president, Nelson Mandela. Yeah, Mr. Mandela was a great man, And by around 2010, she appeared on the 52nd Grammy Awards singing a duet with Maxwell. Maxwell, everybody remember Maxwell. Some of you millennials were born because of Maxwell. Anybody in the 80s was born because of Marvin Gaye. Millennials were born because of Maxwell. And, okay, keep on going. And the Grammy Awards duet with Maxwell, whereas it was The Love, Where's the Love? Now, in February of 2012, Miss Flack released Let It Be, by Let It Be Roberta, an album of Beatles covers, including Hey Jude and Let It Be. And it was also the first recording in over 8 years. Now, Miss Flack knew John Lennon and his wife Yoko Ono when they, when they lived in the Dakota apartment building in NYC, and they lived across from each other, during that time. Now, Miss Flack has stated that she was asked to do, a second album of the Beatles covers, and in '80, Miss Flack has made the most recent recordings running. It was the closing credits for the 2018 documentary 3100. The one become the same year. Now, Miss Flack was given a performance at the Apollo Theater and for the Jazz Foundation of America on on April 20th of 2018. Miss Flack became ill and left the stage. She was rushed to Harlem Hospital Center. In a statement made by her management, Miss Flack suffered a stroke a few years ago and still has problems from the stroke. She felt that she was recovering okay, but she was kept overnight for observation. Now, Miss Flack was married between 1966 to 1972, and she has one son, Bernard. Where is that? And I'm sorry. But here's the thing about Miss Flack. A lot of people, one thing is if you like me, if you grew up in the about the 90s, you remember she her songs "Kill Me Softly" and the one "Wait or Not Here I Come," those were part of the Fuji La. That was their second or third album, and those were hits. "Killing Me Softly," Lauren sing that one. Really or Not, that's the one when they're in the sub, when Wycliffe don't sleep. But even after that, Miss Flack has done many things with her life. She has she's part of she's part of the Flack's minimal classic trained approach to songs, which but she's also was a part of the member of the Artist Empowerment Coalition, which advocates for the rights of artists to control their creative properties. Like a few years ago, Prince did that. Prince was trying to get away where writers and singers control their music. Now, she also spokesman for the Society for Prevention of Cruelty to Animals, and she had her appearances in commercials for ASPCA, featured the First Time I Ever Saw Your Face. And also, she also has her own school, the High Leadership Charter Schools, which after music program, which is called Roberta Flack School of Music. And it's a partnership with Flack, who founded the school, which provides free music education to underprivileged students. It really helps out kids who need and want to listen to music. Now, and like I said, this is her son Bernard. Sorry, I jumped a little gun like this, but like I said, but her son Bernard. But Miss Flack, I know she's like in her 80s now, in her late, mid 80s, and she's doing pretty well, and she's one of those ladies who had done so much for the music industry. A lot of artists. Oh, their success because of what she's done and what she made. And like I said, even though she is not as active as she was in those times, she is a great lady and a great ambassador to the to music. You know, be it pop, be it jazz, be it classical, be it soul. You know, just she is just one of the ladies to be revered and remembered. Now, I mean, growing up, like I said, I being that I was like one of the younger kids of out of nine, technically nine. Well, seven with my mother and father, but altogether nine. And I used to remember my brothers and sisters. I could listen like the old stuff, like Roberta Flack and Teddy Pendergrass and all that. And I used to listen to this stuff. And so now I'm getting older. Yeah, I have appreciation of it. But anyway, I just wanted to give appreciation to Miss Roberta Flack, her contribution to the world of music and just to our community. So thank you, Miss Flack, for what you have done and what kind of legacy you have set. He should be all the way George Page. Like, don't like, subscribe, don't subscribe. I'm out.